And at a certain point, the age of the child becomes highly relevant, because a child who is 10, 11, 12, that has strong feelings about their classmates, that has strong feelings about moving to a secular curriculum because they no longer like the religion, well, these are things that are absolutely going to be taken into account. And the job of the attorney for the child is to make sure that the court is aware that the child has strong feelings, does want to change schools, or maybe doesn't want to change schools. So these are the principles that the court is going to consider. Neutral principles that have to do with the best interests of the child, not whether dad is more religious or mom is more moral, or he serves kosher food 100% of the time and the mom doesn't. Those are not going to be relevant. The court, as a matter of fact, will make rulings sometimes that are very controversial, that really upset parents. And for example, the court might say, yes, I know the children go to Sunday school every Sunday while the parties are married. But now that the parties are alternating weekends, the father doesn't have to take the children to Sunday school on his weekend, or the mother doesn't have to take the children to Hebrew school if it's not working for her schedule. So these are real problems and real compromises that have to be made. It affects children, it affects the parents, it definitely affects the religious upbringing of the children, and that can be very, very distressing to parents. But what I tell my clients most often is that they need to focus on what they themselves can control. If you can't convince the co-parent that Hebrew school is a great idea or a certain diet is necessary, then you have to do what's under your own control to make sure that you either adjust the schedules or maybe offer to drive the child to Hebrew school, or offer to pay for food based on a certain diet. You need to do what you can do to control your side of it and make it a little bit easier for the other co-parent, and for sure build bridges and try to open up communication. A mediation is wonderful for that, using parent coordinators or therapists or anyone that can get the parents in the same room and hopefully agreeing on what is best for their child. And that extends to tutoring, it extends to activities, it extends to any type of parental decision-making that parents often need to be reminded of when they're going through a conflict. And that is, decisions must be made by what is best for the children, not best for the individual parents. And going to court is not necessarily the solution that is going to make you happier. It feeds the conflict, certainly very costly. It's going to involve the children directly into the dispute. Certainly, I would say that that's a last resort.